Aries, how are you? Let's do a reading for your current energy, shall we? As always, please take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in the story. Now, I sure appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. And if you appreciate what I do here, help me out. Hit that like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Really makes a difference to my channel. And I'd love to see my channel continue to grow. That's how you can help me make that happen. All right, let's see what's going on for all of my Aries for the next 7 to 10 days. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Aries, always. All right, let's see. First card out is the Seven of Swords reversed to the Two of Cups. I feel as if you're sitting on the fence in regards to a relationship. All right, and I think this has come up before, but there's something off, all right? There's something just not right. There's something not going on that, makes you feel like, maybe this is the right thing to do. I'm picking up that somebody has in the past maybe lied to you, maybe snuck around, maybe did things that you just were questioning, like, why are you doing that? It just, things that just kind of left you wondering whether or not this is truly your person. Now we have the Seven of Swords and we have the Two of Cups here, and we have here in the recent past, the Two of Wands. So I feel as if there's a part of you that's really connected to this person in such a way that it's not that easy just to break free. But at the same time, where there's will, there's way, right? And I do feel as if, like you could make some moves and some shifts and some changes that would probably be better moving forward for you. And I think you're thinking in that direction because here we have the Three of Wands. So we go from the Two of Wands to the Three of Wands. So, this is the order of things, all right? Right now, in the recent past, I feel like, you realize that, you really want something that, you want to build for your future, whether this is a career, a family, whatever it is, right? It's something that you would really want to do and see happen in your life. And I think you are ready to set sail and go in that direction. But if you are connected to a situation that is keeping you from that, I think, you're starting to be like, I don't know if I really want this, and I probably could be much happier on my own. All right, so we have a Two of Cups here, and we have a Sun card, but in this image, there's one person, and here we have two people, and one of which you're not sure whether or not this is really going to bring you the happy future that you are after. And then at the base of what's going on is the Victory card, the Six of Wands coming in reversed. So you're not feeling like this is what you want, so I think you're having like this internal kind of awakening of like, ooh, I don't know whether this is the person for me. I don't know whether this is really the direction I want to go in. There's so much that I want to do in my life, that maybe it's time for me to kind of see if there is something else for me out there. Now, the relationship, I feel as if you've given it a lot of opportunities, and I think you're kind of stuck in it, and when we're stuck in something, sometimes it's hard for us to see how to get out. But I think you also realize that this isn't what you want down the road. I mean, maybe it was great while it was happening, but it doesn't have the longevity I think that you are after right now. Aries, you can be a bit impulsive, and I think you haven't been impulsive right now, so something's going a little against your nature, because your nature is to just go ahead and do something and not feel so tied and bound to a situation that just isn't working for you anymore. So this could be a partnership, this could be, a relationship, this could, who this connection is that you are dealing with. And, I just feel like, the big thing with you is delivering the last sword, all right? Here we have this Page of Swords coming in, and it is reversed. So sometimes it's like the delivery of the bad news of like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to cut these ties up, and I just want to move on. And I think, this is what holds you back. But again, if you are your true nature and being that impulsive Aries that you are, you're just going to move on, and just say, look, I've got to say what I got to say, and then it's done, it's out, and I can do what I need to do. Because right now we have the Justice card and we have the Six of Wands sitting next to each other. The Justice card is reversed. This is not working for you. And, you know, maybe there's some legal issues that you are entangled with this person, whether it's marriage or, you know, contracts, things of that nature. You know, and maybe this is what's held you back from moving forward. Maybe you're like, oh, I don't know, you know, because, you know, to break away would require so much that I would have to attend to and change. You know, but, you know, listen, in the big scheme of things, it's probably worth it, right? It probably is. We do see the Five of Wands coming in for you, and I think you are ready, you know, to make your mark. I think you're ready to get yourself out there. I think you are ready to finally do what you want to do. Let's look at what's at the bottom of the deck. We do have the Queen of Swords coming in. You know, I think you're very firm on what it is that you really want. It's a matter of you letting go of what you've got going on right now. Because, you know, the Queen of Swords is very clear. You know, she's very smart. She's got a lot of experience. There's a lot of wisdom that goes with this queen. You've really thought about things. And I think, you know, you've just been sitting on the fence because of how do I untangle myself from my past so that I can have the future that I want? You know, and for some of you, I feel as if, you know, you're ready to branch out on your own. I mean, here you are in the Sun position. You know, this is your future. This is what you want, where you could do something, maybe even work from home, where you could stay home with your kids and, you know, make a life for yourself that, you know, would really make you sing and be bright. At the bit underneath this card, we do have the Two of Swords coming in reversed. I mean, you've been sitting on the fence about a situation that you're very clear about. All right, look, she's very clear about what she wants to do, but I feel like some loyalties are you're hanging on to some issues that, you know, you think, you know, well, you know, my loyalty to this person, you know, well, that's great. You know, you're doing everything for that person. What about being loyal to yourself? So I feel like, you know, the confusion that you are doing, that you're feeling is, you know, because you are thinking about how the other person's going to react, you know. And, you know, if you're really being who you are, you know how they're going to react. So why are you going to sit on the fence? You know, they're going to react the way that you know it. But, you know, at the end of the day, you still need to make the decision. And you know you're very clear about what you want. You know, and here, the Three of Wands, you know, you're ready to set it all in motion, except that you are really tied to this partnership, this relationship. And like I said, if it has like all of these, you know, contracts, and if you're married, then there's the divorce issues. If there's kids, then what are we going to do about the child support? I mean, all of these reasons why it's just easier to stay where you are, except that's not going to keep you happy, right? And I do see that if you do make this move, the potential for you to like really have everything you've ever wanted is within reach. But it's a matter of you not sitting on the fence, you know, not sitting here and saying, oh my gosh, I don't know whether or not I can really, you know, untie myself from this situation and do this next thing that I want. But I think it's worth checking out how you can start to untangle yourself from this partnership or whatever it is that you are involved with, so that you do have the freedom to move on and move forward. You know, you're ready. You are ready to do this, you know, and sometimes, I mean, life delivers bad news, you know, it's like we all experience this, even this situation. It's okay, you know, because this Page of Swords says you are really ready, but you're not saying anything just yet, you know, and this is only going to keep you in a state of confusion, you not honoring what it is you want to do. You know, you're never going to be happy until you break. Right? I mean, honestly, it's like, you know, you can hang on to this situation as long as you want, you know, but the longer you hang on to it, the more unhappy you are going to become. And I just feel like, you know, with this Queen of Swords, you know, you really need to take a stance. She's got this Taurus bull over here. Maybe you're dealing with the Taurus. Maybe you have a strong Taurus in your chart. I think you are just really ready, you know, to set your sword into the ground and make things happen. You know, don't be afraid to say what you've got to say, because there's a lot of power when it's finally at that point of you being able to cut loose and make that move that you really want to make. So go for it. You know, I think it's time. I really do. And I think there's ways, if you can do this, you know, to start to untangle this past, this connection you have piece by piece, so that, you know, before you know it, you're free. All right. So listen, this is what I got for you, Aries. Please take what works, leave what doesn't. Be the impulsive self that you are. Don't be afraid to do what you are really being called to do, because I think the time has finally come here where it's time to start making the moves and honor you. All right, so take what works, leave what doesn't. Hit that like button. I really appreciate that. Be happy, be healthy, be kind, and I'll see you later. Bye now.